Yo, the GOP plans on impeaching President Biden if they take back the House and shit, man. What type of shit is that?
In Congress. At the moment, Politico is predicting a toss up for control of the Senate and a Republican takeover of the House. That could, and emphasis on could, mean Mitch McConnell, Kevin McCarthy, and a curated lineup of MAGA Republicans would be running the show on Capitol Hill once again. And let's just say Republicans are not being coy about their plans if that happens.
He knows when the Republicans take the House and Jim Jordan gets that gavel, his son Hunter Biden will be the first investigating. I guarantee you that the country will be for that.
We know that there needs to be a thorough investigation of this. We know from other whistleblowers who have come to Senator Grassley and Senator Johnson and have talked about the political cabal that is inside the FBI.
Now that this raid has been inflicted on President Trump, should we be looking for an impeachment of President Biden and Attorney General Garland in the future?
I think there's a significant chance we will see either or both.
Those clips were all from the last month, but this Republican revenge tour has reportedly been in the works for a while now. All the way back in January, the Washington Post reported on the GOP's plans to go scorched earth on the Democrats. And we're getting new insights into what we might be in store for come next year. From reporter Kadia Goba. She talked to House Republicans who say they plan to take aim at the Biden administration's handling of just about everything, from the border to inflation. She's also reporting that Attorney General Merrick Garland, DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, and Education Secretary Miguel Cardona could all be subject to impeachment in the House. All of this making the results of the November midterms that much more important. Joining me now is Kadia Goba. She's a congressional reporter for Semaphore, a new global news platform that's going to be launching this fall. Kadia, a big welcome to you to the show. Let's get into more of your reporting first. I mean, what else are you hearing from House Republicans about their plans if they manage to take over next year?
Thank you, Katie. Thank you for having me. Yeah, so essentially, there's going to be a robust investigation about, as you said at the top, investigating Hunter Biden, but also investigating some of those cabinet officials they felt failed the American people by not.
Okay, you heard that shit? Like they coming for Biden and shit now, right? But out of all of that bullshit Trump was doing when he was in office, this man had all the evidence against him to the point where he could have been impeached. You get what I'm saying? Like y'all Google the presidents that's been impeached in U.S. history, and you will be shocked of who wasn't impeached and who was impeached. Just Google that shit though. Like honestly, y'all can agree with me on that shit though. You get what I'm saying? Out of what they saying about Biden versus what Trump did when he was in office. And you mean to tell me you all talking about impeaching Biden, but didn't that shit crazy as fuck.
Coalescing around messages or more security along the border, letting the president push forward with loan forgiveness, and what they've been ramping up about in terms of politicizing the DOJ. They're holding Merrick Garland responsible for that, and they want to go after these members of the cabinet.
Kadia, what have you heard, though, in terms of substantive policy agendas from these House Republicans? Or is it just simply their game plan is to help Americans basically through payback and revenge?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, see, Katie, I mean, unlike in the last administration, Republicans understand that the likelihood of the Senate is kind of a toss-up. They might not gain control of the Senate, but more importantly, they're not going to have the executive branch. And for that reason, 2 years of a robust investigations platform seems a little more enticing than legislating. They can't push forward any meaningful legislation because the chances of it being vetoed on the executive level is, very likely. That sort of changes if a Republican takes office in 2024.
Yeah, they keep on using that adjective robust. When I hear that from
For
McCarthy
real,
and
man.
Blackburn,
For real, man. That
I don't
shit.
think it exactly means what they think it means. A little Princess Bride, I guess. So, Kadia, have you heard any specific names that the House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy plans to put on these types of committees that would be at the forefront of these potential investigations if McCarthy achieves speaker status
You
next
already
year?
know Biden, President Biden.
We all know that the steering committee is involved in, creating or assigning people, but we also know that the ranking member, which will turn into the chair, has a big hand in it, as well as, like you said, Speaker McCarthy. I thought it was interesting that Comer looks or is very, and you saw the quote that I had in my tweet, that he's, very happy and pleased with two women already on the oversight committee. Some fan favorites, Yvette Harrell and, excuse me, Nancy Mace. That is, that's quite impressive. I am curious what that does to moderate Republicans when they have to go back to their districts after all they've been doing is chairing investigative committees. And I'm a little, that's something I'm watching, how that is going to play out in the respective districts, especially for people like Nancy Mace. Like, if she's in charge of, investigating Garland, how that plays out in South Carolina, which is a very, very, has been tossed up. Her district has been, it's a very swing district.
Kadia Goba, I thank you for being, sorry, please finish, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, it's all good. I was just going to add that there's also going to be this retribution about committee assignments in terms of, Republicans are really mad about Pelosi and Democrats, what they call overstepping and, taking committee assignments away from Marjorie Taylor Greene and Gosar. So McCarthy's already been vocal about doing the same thing for especially like Representative Eric Swalwell, who's had some run-ins with Chinese spies we've come to know, as well as people like Adam Schiff and Representative Ilhan Omar from Minnesota. It's going to be a very interesting 2 years.
Well, Kadia Goba, we're going to have to see what happens in November. I would invite you, though, if you manage to find that elusive moderate Republican when you're in the Capitol, please let us know and come back. We'd like to see the very rare species of moderate Republican you speak of. But thank you for being here today. I appreciate it.